Hello, so I was a successful OnlyFans creator and cam girl, and I want to share with you things that I wish someone told me to protect you from being in danger in the industry or if you think of joining. Thing number one is that most of the men do not use the site as just entertainment. They use it as a dating site. So they think that they're going to give you money and chat with you and eventually convince you to either become their girlfriend or meet them for a hookup or meet them for paid sex. Although the sites actively do not allow to meet clients face to face, you're going to have to deal with this form of harassment and solicitation dozens of times every day. The more successful you are, the more harassment of that type you are going to have to deal with. And some of them will be erotomaniacs and they will not take no for an answer. Before you say, I'm just going to block and report, it's so easy to make a fake account and come back and harass the model again. Also, the site in most cases will not do anything unless your physical and mental health is very compromised, and nobody talks about that. That essentially the industry itself, the digital industry, is an illusion. For them, it's means to an end for an alarming percentage that I'm going to bypass attraction, authentic relationships, and common sense, and I'm going to get a girlfriend so out of my league that she might as well have been from another galaxy. So if you want to save your mental health, don't join. The second thing that I wish someone told me as an e-girl is that there are going to be psychotic people. There was a regular that he used to call me and pay me for one-on-one private shows on Night Flirt that we were talking for about 6 months, and I considered him a normal person until he told me that he has been telling his family and everyone he knows that he has a long-distance girlfriend and they're planning to get married, and his mom is so happy for him that he finally got a girlfriend. He's very serious about her, that he's planning to propose. And before you say, but hey, all that is very nice and there is nothing wrong about that in general, I want to tell you that yeah, it's all very nice in general, except in that case, the long-distance girlfriend was me. He had been paying me by the minute to pretend to like him. We never discussed dating, much less marriage, and if we had done so, my response would be politely negative, and to also remind him that this is not a dating site, this is not a find your mail order bride site, this is just a fantasy site, where virtual geishas pretending to like our clients, creating a fantasy world, but he didn't know that. So I had to start a side, I can't call it hobby because it was a necessity, side educating myself about limerence, parasocial relationships, stalkers, erotomania, and a bunch of other terms that if you Google them, so many unpleasant, negative, and lethal results come up. So do you want to live your life in fear that one day your future husband that you don't know he exists will show up on your doorstep with flowers expecting you to marry? Then become an e-girl. You're going to be sleeping with one eye open for the rest of your life. Things I wish I knew as an e-girl, part 3. So occasionally when you do this job, you're going to come across men who have gay or bisexual fantasies and they want to explore them with you as kinks. With the most popular one is encouraging a man to have a sexual activity with another man of various types that I'm not going to show here because it's TikTok. So when that happens, and as long as it happens between consenting adults, I don't see anything wrong with it. The problem is that a lot of these men are actually married to women, and from time to time, the woman finds out what her husband has been up to, or she finds the receipts from the credit card statements from the sites that he frequents, and one thing leads to the other, and she finds out that he has been doing gay stuff. And I'm the biggest promoter of the LGBTQ community, of women that should be supporting other women, and the right of people to express their sexuality or find it later in life. The problem is that what will happen in your case is that the husband, in order to avoid a costly divorce or to get out of the difficult position, he's going to say, I'm not gay, I didn't want to do it, she made me do it. And they're going to point out their finger at you, the evil person who made him gay. And of course I know that this is ridiculous and you can't make anyone gay, but The woman who is hurt, she feels cheated on, and she is gaslighted and abused, is going to blame you. So over the years, I had at least 24 scorned wives who messaged me with death threats, doxing threats, plain verbal abuse, name calling, stalking. Some of them stalk my accounts even up to this day, and accusing me of making their perfectly straight husband gay or bi, and I'm an evil person because of that. This is all horrible. I understand that people who feel hurt can act in a way that it's a bit misguided, but it's something no one warned me about. And I didn't know that I'm going to be in the middle of this huge gray area wasteland where, what do you do? I mean, if someone wants to remain in the closet, it's their right, but on the other hand, it's your right to protect yourself. And the best cure for that case is prevention. Don't be part of the industry. Let people in mixed orientation marriages sort out their own situation without you having to be the scapegoat. Things I wish I knew as an e-girl before I started, part I think 4. The biggest lie out of all, more than the stalking, the abuse, the harassment, and the hate, is that this job is empowering. It's not. Having money in your pocket, a lot of money in your pocket, can be very empowering. That's true. But the things you said and you did to get that money, they can be very degrading. And at the end of the day, after the lights are off and you are left by yourself, you do not feel the type of empowerment that many people describe. It's not the same empowerment as giving birth to a baby, running a marathon, publishing your first book, or finishing your college degree. And being valued only for your looks, only for your youth, or only for the persona that you have to act every time, because an adult actress is still an actress, starts eating you away. Last year, I had a life-threatening infection. I was in the hospital, and I was under anesthesia because I had to perform an emergency colonoscopy. And my first thought when I woke up was, oh my God, how am I going to be able to show my naked body on camera after all of these procedures? And then I had to give myself a reality check, cut some grass, and say, wait a minute, isn't that your first priority? You're dying. Get some substance. So I left the fan site that is only for very special fans, and I'm trying to work on my mental health. So I'm just telling you that if you are in desperate need of money and you have hungry kids, or your mental and physical health is being compromised, then do what you have to do. But if you think that you are going to be an empowered artist and there are other choices that can get you the same amount of money or even more than that, please listen to my advice and try the other path before you follow the e-girl path. Because at the end of the day, we have been lied to about many things, and I'm trying to warn the people who are not in the industry yet that it's not all sunshine and rainbows and people throwing money at you for basically existing. You are going to have to work hard for every dollar, doing things that you may later look back at and regret.